All right, New York Post. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, lived with a transgender partner. PJ Media. Okay, now leftists are posting hit list of the people they want to murder next. New York Post. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin joked with pals on Discord about how his image in FBI photo was his doppelganger. Breitbart, Utah governor alleged Charlie Kirk shooter not cooperating with authorities. Daily Wire, FBI investigating online posts for possible foreknowledge of Kirk assassination. Guys, I'm here to tell you that I don't believe this guy acted alone, and quite frankly, neither do you. That's what we're going to touch on, or at least in this segment or the next couple on the Carl Jackson Show. Guys, please be sure to subscribe to my podcast wherever you go to get your podcast, Apple, Google, Spotify, YouTube, and Rumble, the Salem Podcast Network. Make sure you like and subscribe and share. Please share us. Please like us. We would certainly appreciate that. It would help us out. All things social media, X, Instagram, and Facebook at Carl Jackson Show, at The Carl Jackson Show is where you can go to find me. Okay, so we got a lot of things to cover in the next couple of segments. And I don't want this story to go away. I don't want that Irina Zarutska story to go away either. We'll talk about that perhaps a little later. But I want to continue to dive into Charlie Kirk's assassination. And guys, again, as I shared earlier, in an earlier podcast, what Satan intended for harm, God has turned to good. The left and Satan, they have to be regretting killing Charlie Kirk. Now, I don't think that Charlie Kirk could have accomplished, frankly, as much as driven as he was. Obviously, there was no one like him. He's irreplaceable. But what has transpired since Charlie Kirk's death in the conservative movement is like nothing that I have seen before. Now, the mainstream media is out there and they're sitting there telling you, hey, there's no motive. There's no motive. There's no motive. We don't know what the motive is. We don't know what the motive is. Well, I'm going to tell you what the motive is allegedly. Guys, we all know that there has been an issue with trans shooters when it comes to conservatives. We know that. We know that. We also know, those of us that are men, we know what some men, young men, will do in the name of love. Some crazy stuff that men will do. Stupid stuff. In the name of love. This is beyond stupid. This is flat out evil when you consider the assassination of Charlie Kirk. But I just want to bring some of these stories to your attention because I think they are extremely important. I have a hard time believing, and I'm one of these people, I don't like getting into conspiracy theory. For any of you that have watched me in the past, I can't stand conspiracy theory unless there's evidence. Sometimes conspiracy is conspiracy. It's legitimate, so on, so be it. And that's absolutely fine. But I don't like leading with conspiracy. I want to make sure that something takes me somewhere. I have a hard time believing that this murderer acted alone, or at the very least that people were ignorant. Let me start here. I didn't think I was going to start here. And there's a lot of people out there being fired. I want to make sure that I get to that too, because I think that is A-okay. I don't want somebody that says murder is okay working for me, and neither would you. That's not a free speech issue. You can say dumb stuff all you want, but that is completely evil. That is completely immoral. And companies have a right to say, I don't want that immorality associated with my brand. Now, let me circle back to this pool. So again, FBI investigating online posts for possible foreknowledge of the Kirk assassination. And here it is. You know, I didn't even notice this before. Frankly, a little ADHD moment. But I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this picture of Charlie Kirk, obviously moments before he was shot and killed, unfortunately. And you can see the chest plate to deflect bullets underneath his T-shirt. You can see it pretty clearly. I hadn't seen that before, but now I'm seeing it virtually in every photo where I had missed it before. But after hearing a couple people, analysts on the subject, I've been looking where they say it looked like the bullet may have ricocheted off of his chest and into his neck. And now seeing that chest plate, man, that's a real possibility. But here it is. FBI is looking into at least 7 social media accounts and seeking to determine if anyone knew of a plot to assassinate Kirk before he was shot and killed. This according to the Free Beacon, or they initially reported it anyway, citing 3 sources that are familiar with the investigation. The Free Beacon also published archived screenshots of some of the posts that the FBI is investigating. One post mentions Kirk getting assassinated 1 week before the influential conservative commentator was gunned down. Guys, this stuff is eerie. All right. This stuff is crazy. But again, the more that comes out, and the fact that this murderer is not cooperating, why wouldn't you cooperate? I mean, it's been reported that he had said, this murderer, Tyler Robinson, had said that he would rather die than turn himself in. Perhaps by the grace of God, I guess a pastor friend was able to convince him to turn himself in, but he's not cooperating. Listen, they got you every which way but Sunday. Why wouldn't you cooperate? Why wouldn't you cooperate? In my opinion, the only reason that you wouldn't cooperate when they have so much dirt on you, I mean, for one, if you have an attorney, I understand not speaking. All right. I get that if you have an attorney, but it doesn't sound like that's what they're saying. I think he doesn't want to be a snitch. I think he doesn't want to let the cat out of the bag. Again, the Free Beacon published archived screenshots of some of the posts that the FBI is investigating. One post mentions Kirk getting assassinated 1 week before the influential conservative commentator was gone down. The X account, Tally Hall Album, at Tally Hall Album, wrote on September 3rd, listen to this, quote, "It'll be funny if someone like Charlie Kirk got shot on September 10th. LMAO. We all know what that stands for. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? It would be funny." The left likes shooting. We like debating. That's the difference. Again, what these people intended for harm, what these people intended for evil, God is turning to good. Again, I've already told you the TPUSA chapters across, or at least the commitment to open up a chapter across the country, K through 12 and college. I mean, just absolutely exploded. I believe TPUSA had about 900. Was it 900? I believe 900 chapters open. They've got applications, over 34,000 or nearing 35,000 requests to open up a chapter in a school or college right now. Was Satan intended for evil? God has turned to good. Another X account, at Najra Galbzi, Galbz, posted a day before the assassination. Charlie Kirk, quote, "Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really, RLLY, hope someone evaporates him literally," close quote. A follow-up post by the same user added, quote, "Let's just say something big will happen tomorrow," close quote. Wow. The account says it identifies as non-binary, quote unquote. Hours after Kirk was assassinated at Najra, that same place, Galbz posted, "Charlie Kirk got shot, bro. I promise I didn't have anything to do with it." Guys, pretty quickly, I'm going to get into the fact that the lover boy of the murderer was a young man that was transitioning into a woman. And they apparently love the furry community. I didn't even know what the heck the furry community was. But now, grossly, I do. So I will talk about that momentarily. And it's amazing to me that the mainstream media isn't reporting this, because given the fact that we've had so many trans people murdering conservatives or people that they believe to be conservatives, it seems like this would be a very important part of the story. It almost seems like this might go, I don't know, in the way of a motive. One social media account that celebrated Kirk's assassination uses an X handle that is nearly identical to a TikTok profile that follows the assassin's trans identifying roommate, somebody by the name of Lance Twiggs. That name is made for the furry community. The Free Beacon reported also the X account, Churbum75M, saw Tyler June 30, in parentheses, posted after Kirk was pronounced dead. We effing did it, quote unquote. Churbum75M is also on TikTok following Lance Twiggs, who has 839 followers. Also, in a video posted on TikTok from the Free Beacon reported on another video, I should say. Social media account said that, quote, Charles James Kirk does not know what's coming tomorrow. Be ready. This isn't a threat. It's a promise, close quote. The posts and some of the accounts that the FBI is looking into were all deleted within days of Kirk's assassination. The feds are also investigating whether any pro-transgender groups online knew about plans to kill Kirk in advance. This, according to the New York Post. I got to give a hat tip to Kash Patel. There's people like Elijah Schaffer out there trying to throw shade, or at least he was. Did you even do anything? He asked Kash Patel. And apparently there was a lot of pushback because that photo, the grainy photo, they had cleared up the images, the FBI did. And what they wanted to do is smoke this fool out, the shooter out. And thanks to Kash Patel pushing out and demanding transparency and that they get these pictures out right away, it really forced this murderer into a tight bind, which I'll get into momentarily. But so I got to give kudos to Kash Patel and the FBI. They've also, as of Monday or today, found DNA on a towel that was wrapped around the suspected assassin's rifle and much more. We'll be back.
Attention investors with a 401k, IRA, or retirement account. The dollar has lost over 25% of its value in the past 5 years, and it's only going to get worse. Are you prepared for what's about to happen next? We are Advantage Gold, the #1 customer-rated gold IRA company in America, and we are helping Americans prepare for the great de-dollarization by diversifying their portfolios with physical precious metals. We've partnered with former chief economist of the IMF, Kenneth Rogoff, to give away his latest book called Our Dollar, Your Problem, a must-read for investors. Call 800-741-GOLD, and we'll rush a free copy of Our Dollar, Your Problem to your doorstep and include our special gold IRA investing kit, valued at $49. The dollar is losing value fast. Call 800-741-GOLD now to get your free copy of Our Dollar, Your Problem and our free gold IRA investing kit. Supplies are limited. Consult your tax and financial professional before investing. Call 800-741-4653. That's 800-741-GOLD.
All right. So as I was saying, the FBI Director Kash Patel said earlier in the week, as on Monday, that DNA found on the towel that was wrapped around the suspected assassin's rifle matches the DNA of Tyler Robinson, again, arrested last Friday after 33 hours. Didn't it seem like such a long time? We were like, oh, let's get this fool. And then there were a lot of people out there doubting that they would get him. I started getting nervous that they might not catch this guy. But the more that I heard analysis from sensible people that had been shooters or even snipers in a couple of cases, and cops, they were like, no, this dude is not a professional. He's going to get caught. He's going to get caught. It's a matter of time, but he is going to get caught. And sure enough, they were right. Thank God. Thank God they were right. All right. So anyway, so they've got DNA matches to this guy. Also, the DNA was found on a screwdriver on the roof of a campus building. Also matches Robinson's DNA. According to Patel, the suspected assassin's roommate, who is in or appears to be at least in a romantic relationship with him, this is a furry thing, is fully cooperating with the FBI as investigators continue to probe the assassination. And he better cooperate, because I got a feeling that there's more to this guy than inquiring minds or that inquiring minds want to know. As a matter of fact, as I'm looking at some of these things, why don't we go ahead and go there? New York Post, Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, lived with a transgender partner. Okay, so the alleged assassin, again, this murderer, Tyler Robinson, was living with a transgender partner who was in the process of transitioning from a male to female, which is impossible, but nonetheless, gender dysphoria, people think they can do that. All right, that individual was not named in the public at the time. This was written a couple of days ago. He has been. Now we know that it's Lance Twiggs, according to public records. He resided at the same address as the murderer. A relative of Twiggs confirmed to the Post on Saturday, the New York Post I'm speaking of, that, quote, yes, they were roommates. The family member asked not to be identified, but said that Twiggs was the black sheep of their family, quote unquote. But they declined to speculate on the relationship between the two. I don't think there's any need to speculate. I think that has been confirmed at this point. I believe Governor Spencer Cox of Utah has made mention of that. A family member said she didn't know her relative's politics or whether Twiggs was transitioning to become a woman, but added that it wouldn't surprise her. The family member said that she knew Twiggs was brought in for questioning by police. And so that person is cooperating with the police. A neighbor, this is interesting. A neighbor saw vehicles with out-of-state plates visiting that residence just 2 weeks before. This, according to New York Post. Again, a neighbor claimed that 2 weeks ago, several people driving cars with out-of-state plates were seen going in and out. Quote, they did not give off a good vibe, close quote. Kirk, 31, again, was struck in the neck by the bullet. After being posed a question about transgender mass shooters. Now, this is going to be the biggest coincidence in world history. If this TikTok influencer, apparently this is a TikTok influencer, Hunter Kozak, who immediately went online. He said he attended the rally to try to show that people that support trans, apparently he went to this Utah Valley University or whatever, are not violent. And unfortunately, as Charlie Kirk, as they were going back and forth, Charlie Kirk was shot. So the question that this guy, Hunter Kozak, asked Charlie Kirk, you guys might recall, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years? Too many is what Charlie said. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? And then, according to Kozak followed up, and then Charlie said, counting or not counting gang violence, man. And at that point he was shot immediately. It's eerie. I mean, that's eerie. Obviously the FBI, they said, I heard Dan Bongino earlier, they are investigating absolutely, everything. All right. So Kirk was a self-professed evangelical Christian. He criticized the goals of the LGBTQ. Listen, we all do. All right. We see what the left is doing with lesbian and gays. They're using you too. All right. They're using you. The Democrat Party is a Marxist party today. And they have to divide people. They have to divide people into groups. They have to make victim groups. That's the only way that they can win. I say it all the time. Democrats are only successful when you are unsuccessful. Democrats are successful when you're mad, angry, all that kind of good stuff. They can't defeat conservatives based upon ideas. Frankly, that's why Charlie Kirk is dead. They couldn't debate him. So just kill him. We're mad. And guys, I still fear that this is going to get worse because you have a bunch of people running around like this murderer that are just mad. And they believe that they have the moral authority. They believe that we're the bad guys. They believe that the Charlie Kirks of the world are evil, that the Carl Jacksons of the world are evil. And so they're mad. I mean, it's a crazy thought. It's a scary thought. All right. But they said also Kirk expressed opposition to same-sex marriage and spoke out against gender reassignment surgeries and procedures. So I guess that's what it means to be an extremist. Guys, we're not extreme. People because we want babies. We think babies are a good thing. We think marriage is a good thing. We think holding a job is a good thing. We think you working hard and keeping more of your money is a good thing. We think abiding by Judeo-Christian values that this country was founded on is a good thing. That makes you an extremist. We like free speech, as Charlie Kirk, as evidenced by Charlie Kirk. All right, here's some of the history of the murderer. Robinson grew up in a largely conservative Mormon family. He wasn't registered with either major political party. So you have the left out there saying, "See, he was a conservative." No, he wasn't. His parents were, his grandparents were, and he went astray because he was into freaky stuff, like dressing like a furry and dating a dude that wants to transition into a woman. UVU mathematics student Hunter Kozak, again, this was the guy that asked the question just seconds before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I think this is him. He said, "I want you to be very cautious putting drugs." Oh, no, this was Charlie Kirk. I'm sorry. Oh, this is Charlie Kirk. Basically, he had gone back and forth. And I saw this video earlier with somebody that I think was transitioning or contemplating it. Just speaking common sense. I saw the video. He was very kind. He was very polite. And he said to this person, I want you to be very cautious putting drugs into your system in the pursuit of changing your body. He also said, I instead encourage you to work on what's going on in your brain first. I think what you need first and foremost is just a diagnosis, just someone that is going to listen to what you have gone through, listen to what else is going on. He says, my prayer for you, I actually want to see you be comfortable in how you were born. And that was in one of his earlier Prove Me Wrong crusades there, if you will. All right. So, they'll raised in a conservative home. Again, I'm reading directly from the New York Post. So though this murderer was raised in a conservative home, he obviously went astray. He was infatuated by left-wing ideology in the last years. His questioner, this is Charlie Kirk's questioner. I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth. So anyway, this guy was in the last few years, he had become radicalized, obviously by college, and he was a smart kid. He was a book smart kid, but obviously, he decided to do an evil deed. There's another story that I want to get to. Actually, Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, joked with pals on Discord about his image and FBI photo was a doppelganger. So this assassin flippantly joked with friends on Discord that his doppelganger was the one who shot the conservative activist after the pictures were released. So this is why it was a good idea for the FBI not to hold on to the pictures, but to go ahead and smoke the guy out. So the 22-year-old accused assassin chats with his pals, lit up on social media messaging platform on last Thursday. Once the FBI photo was released, one of his virtual buddies noticed the similarity and tagged Robinson in a post with the FBI images, writing WYA, quote unquote, short for where you at, alongside a skull emoji, a skull emoji. Robinson accused of blasting Charlie Kirk or murdering him. Last week, shot back within a minute, shamelessly insisting it was a lookalike, quote, trying to get me in trouble. Tyler killed Charlie, another user then wrote, the outlet reported. One member of the 20-person group chat suggested turning Robinson into the FBI's $100,000 reward, all while a massive manhunt raged. Guys, we know the motive behind the assassin. We can sit here and we can play games all day, but the bottom line is, listen, Charlie Kirk was very effective, and the people that have been radicalized, many people that have been radicalized, are those that suffer with gender dysphoria or mental illness, and unfortunately, this murderer was dating one of those people. Hey guys, Carl Jackson here for MyPillow. A major retail chain just canceled a massive order, leaving MyPillow with an overstock of classic MyPillows. Now it's your game. For a limited time, MyPillow is offering their entire classic collection at true wholesale prices. You get the standard MyPillow for just $17.98. If you want more, upgrade to queen size for only $22.98 or king size for $24.98. Snag body pillows for just $29.98. And versatile multi-use pillows for just $9.98. All you have to do is go to mypillow.com, use the promo code Carl, that is CARL, or call 800-858-0263. All right. Plus, when you order totals $75 or more, you'll receive $100 in free digital gifts, no strings attached. That's right. Premium pillows at unbeatable prices and bonus gifts to top it all off. Don't wait. Head to mypillow.com right now or call 800-858-0263. And don't forget to use the promo code Carl, CARL, to grab your standard MyPillow for just $17.98. That is insane. Can't beat that with a bat.